So hello everyone, I'm Raghav and this is my product, my Telegram bot named CalledIt for the consumer and fan experience track. So it's currently live on t.me/calleditbetbot. So first we will go through the problem and the solution and then the live demo. So the entire experience on Polymarket and Kalshi is just isolated and lonely. Like the fun has been killed completely. Polymarket and Kalshi basically force you to participate in big order books that, as we know, can be rigged sometimes. Like the Cristiano Ronaldo crying controversy, it had $7 million on the volume, and it was settled by through human voting. So entire fun killed, rigged basically. And there is no social or community betting mechanism at all. No fun exists. It's just a soulless gambling house, and there are no friends on Polymarket and Kalshi either. Like you are forced to bet against anonymous global strangers and bots on an order book. It kills the entire experience. And another thing about bots is that you cannot compete with them. It's like the casino is designed in such a way that you will lose. So bots routinely snipe sports contract within the exact millisecond the team scores. So our solution is to give social friend to friend pools on Telegram. Like suppose a bunch of friends are talking about the match in a Telegram chat, they can just directly create the bet within the Telegram group itself. So it's simple. Like an admin is going to start a pool, friends are going to tap a link, sign in with their wallets and deposit the funds, and then you basically have a winner take all pot against the people you actually know. So yeah, we are the in originality we are basically redefining the how fans interact with prediction markets. So as I talked about that, and existing prediction market apps are just repackaged, generic betting for sports. They are stressful and confusing for regular fans. So we are basically converting sports data into active community engagement and bringing DeFi safely into Telegram chats of those people who are in Web 2 or even Web 3. So it's completely a gamified experience involving social rivalry and zero complexity. So this is the live demo. Like this is the group currently where the bot was added. We can see when we click help, it tells you the entire guide and all the commands. So this is the bot. We can see, just tap help. You can get an entire guide on what it does. And then let's go back to the group so that we can actually interact with the bot. So I have already placed a bet on France versus England, as you can see on the top. I have already placed a bet and we can see that in the leaderboard. Yeah, there we go. France versus England. In the leaderboard, one prediction was already logged in here. Just a second. Yeah, as we can see, one prediction is logged in and hidden until kickoff. So when the match kicks off, we can actually see who predicted what. And then, yeah, as we can see, some basic commands: start the bot, create a new pool, check the leaderboard, what was the result, or even cancel a pool in case, people didn't want it to bet, or someone, put an extra amount they didn't want it to do it. So easy to use, user friendly, and yeah, brings back the fun in betting. So this is the, business model of this. So it's going to be really simple. Like our goal is to, take a small transparent platform fee, 2 to 5% from the winner's prize money basically. And another thing which we can do is add group incentives. So, a portion of the fee can be split with the Telegram channel owners to, encourage more pools and more betting basically. So that, all the people like create their own I would say groups with their friends. And yeah, this type of monetization can help benefit us and the users as well. And it can create a viral growth effect, I would say, without needing any kind of distribution. People can just, keep creating groups with their friends and yeah, like keep betting with this. So how we use TX line to power the backend. So, all the real football data and kickoff times are provided by TX line, and the streaming of live scores to update the Telegram leaderboard, and like the Merkle proof of the final score basically, which is the main component, and letting the Solana program verify the score before settling the pool as well. And the feedback, like one single integration is basically giving us everything, like the on-chain score verification, live score, so really good. And settlement also doesn't relies on trusting our backend. It's completely handled by TX line, which is great. And little bit of friction, I would say. Like expired guest tokens basically require retry and renewal logic, and a proven score still needs a final match event before settlement. So a little bit of friction we hit here, otherwise the experience was quite good. So that was it, guys. I hope you like the product.